Hi and welcome to the video. I have been looking forward to this for a while because Fast and the Furious movies are always a bit of an event. Ever since they took the leap of faith and made the heist movie that was Fast 5, they have taken over the role of the classic action blockbuster. Now, before I continue, please consider subscribing as that would really help me out. And if you like the vid, then give it a like. Okay, on with the review. So, it seems the Fast and Furious movies are going to keep that role of action blockbuster because, if nothing else, this is certainly an action movie. It literally has more action than anything else you are going to see this year. Okay, part of that is because we are living in the COVID lockdown nightmare, where many people are cowering behind their doors, half expecting the dreaded COVID to kick it in and start spraying disease all over the house. But partly also because this is truly a proper action movie. It is stupid, it's fun, it makes very little sense, and it blows things up and shoots a lot of guns. And if that isn't enough for you, then, well, you need to build a time machine and go back to the 80s. Now, I may have bigged this movie up a bit there because I do love a proper balls-to-the-wall action movie that doesn't give too sweary words about being PC or caring about how it may be perceived by the ridiculous woke anti-masculine movement that is currently destroying all sense and logic in society. But sometimes action movies can go a little too far, and the action sequences can reach the point where they become more of a comedic skit than an adrenaline-pumping thrill ride of shock and awe. And that brings me to the first 25 minutes of F9, which in all honesty are probably the most unbelievable, implausible, unlikely and silliest series of events ever committed to screen. It is almost as if they took a serious action movie sequence and then brainstormed the best ways to make it as silly and unbelievable as possible, without having the viewing audience switch off in disgust at the awful stupidity they just watched. It is a very fine line, and I'm not quite sure they pulled it off. But sit back and prepare to laugh incredulously at what I am about to describe. The team has arrived in South America at an aircraft wreck. Don't worry, I'm not going to give away any plot spoilers. When they are suddenly attacked by what are either drug dealers, local militia, or a private army. Who knows? Doesn't matter. The point is that they need to get away from bad guys. So in no particular order, here is a list of the things that happen. 1. A car drives over a collapsing rope bridge. And after it has completely collapsed, we see the car suddenly jump to safety. 2. A character gets surrounded by about 7 guys on different levels, all firing machine guns, and still manages to shoot them all and not even get a scratch. 3. In another scene, one of the cast is knocked off of their motorbike in mid-air by a dune buggy thing, which was also mid-air, and then is caught, and I mean in the catcher's mitt version of like baseball or cricket, on the bonnet, or hood for you Americans, of another car. Literally caught. Yeah. At another point, Vin Diesel used the steering of a car to catch and hold on to a bit of wood attached to a rope so that he can swing across a ravine. I know that doesn't sound very clear, and I'm not quite sure how else to describe something so silly, but you'll know the moment when you see it. It's crazy. 5. There is a scene where they have to drive through a minefield, and to keep from getting blown up by mines, they have to go at least 80 miles per hour, but it is over extremely rough terrain, and the vehicles are clearly not able to do this. They even appear to be moving quite slowly, but we are to believe that they were going over 80 miles an hour. It just boggles the mind. I should also mention that they were being chased by Land Rovers, and the only time a Land Rover has ever gone over 80 miles per hour is when they drop them out of airplanes. Oh, and did I mention they caught a car with a stealth bomber kind of plane? They caught a car with a plane after it jumped off of a cliff. And you didn't mishear me. I said it twice, and I'll say it again. They caught a car with a plane. And this was just the first 25 minutes. I mean, if you like dumb action movies, you are going to love this. And I didn't even cover half of the dumb shit they squeeze into this. There is plenty more to go around. I should also mention the return of Han, for those of you who like me who were fans of Tokyo Drift. I know there aren't many of us. Damn, that 71 Chevy Monte Carlo was just... I really want one of those. Han's part is small and inconsequential, but it is still nice to see him back. And the other guys from Tokyo Drift also make cameos. The plot is kind of what you would expect from these movies. It's very thin, even anorexic, as Martin Riggs would have put it. But it sees Dominic Toretto get a brother. Steve Austin. No, John Cena. Man, all these ex-wrestler guys seem the same to me. You've all heard him cuck to China, so you knew he was going to be there. I guess he does a good job as Dom's brother, but he could have been changed with any other muscle-bound actor and it would have been exactly the same. He didn't bring anything special to the franchise. The rest of the cast are nothing new and do nothing new. They have their roles, they play them, they do no better or worse a job than they ever have. But this is Fast and Furious, and you weren't expecting Oscar-worthy performances. Wow. Did I just make an Oscar reference as though it wasn't some sort of tokenization award? Do you remember those days when they used to give awards for being good at acting? Those were the days before the dark times, before the intersectionalists. But I do want to take a second to say that if nothing else, I do like the family aspect of these movies, and it is something that Vin Diesel seems to take seriously, and it's a message that really can't be made often enough. Families are the backbone of our society, and they are what gives us meaning and purpose. Yes, they can be dysfunctional, screwed up, and in rare cases, actually bad for you. But a good family life is what we all wish to attain. Whether your family is big, small, or even just you and your partner, they are important. Maybe the most important thing you will ever be a part of. And in these times of forced separation, we should all make the effort to appreciate them just a bit more. So, the question is, would I recommend this film? Yes, I would. It is worth the watch, if for nothing more than to see what the Fast and Furious team has dreamt up next. This is big, dumb action, and if that's what you want, this movie has it in spades. This has been Movies Suck, wishing you all to stay furious, and don't give them an inch. Leave a like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.